no family, no friends, trying to adjust to this weather, missing your culture, and you see this Christmas buzz here in Canada, everybody's happy and chirpy, and you're wondering, what's this? No, you're wondering, how can I not make my first Christmas here in Canada my worst Christmas ever? Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me here, my name is Yasheika Turner, and on this channel, we talk about thriving immigrants here in Canada. Now, if you want to be a part of this family, go ahead and hit the subscription button right now. While you're at it, please hit the notification bell also, so you won't miss my next video to come. Now, let's talk about your first Christmas here in Canada. Each year, each Christmas, this is my 12th Christmas here in Canada. And each Christmas, I just reflect on my first Christmas here in Canada. Oh, that was my worst Christmas ever, which led me to do this video for you so you can avoid making your first Christmas your worst Christmas. And in fact, that was me, homeless, almost homeless, having a job, doing a survival job, missing my family, missing my friends, and was just feeling like a fish out of water. No. As the Christmas buzz is in the air and as this Christmas spirit is in the air right now here in Canada, how are you feeling? Let me know in the comments, because I'm going to help you to make this Christmas a little bit more festive. We're going to unwrap your joy to bring some light into your Christmas. Now, first things first, you're in Canada. So put that in your mindset. You are in Canada. So expect a white Christmas. Sometimes it's not white, but most times the Canadian thing is to have a white Christmas. But it will be cold. Even if it's not a white Christmas, it will be a cold Christmas. Unlike what you might be used to from your home country back home, where Christmas is all sunshine and warmth. Here, unfortunately, you're in Canada, it's going to be cold. So that's the first thing. You have to get your mindset right. You have to bundle up, keep warm, prepare for the snow, prepare for a snowstorm, prepare for a long wait time at the bus stop, and just prepare. Prepare. I did a previous video here, I listed here, on how to be prepared for the winter wonderland, your first winter here in Canada. So there you go. Your first tip is to enjoy the magical white wonderland of the Christmas season. Now, speaking about the cold, which brings us to number 2. Please ensure that you have a stable accommodation and there are no chance that you will be left homeless throughout that Christmas season. Yes, it happened to me, and I'm trying to ensure the same thing doesn't happen to you. No, just a little bit of story of how it happened to me. I think it was a few days before Christmas. So I moved here, started working. A friend of mine referred me to someone they knew to live with because it was in close proximity of where I got the job. So I stayed with this lady, and for some reason, I don't know what happened one night, and she got so upset with me. I think I was on my phone, because that's one of the next step. I'll talk about that later down, but it's to keep in close proximity with your friends and your family, whether that's through WhatsApp, video calling, texting, whatever it might be. You need that support. So I was on my phone one night, and I think that disturbed her, upset her, that I was talking on my phone, and she started, arguing, oh, you're on your phone, you're disturbing me, da 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 da. And as I mentioned, I think I talked about this in a previous video, where I got so upset and I just lost it, and I answered her where I should have just said, no, you're living with somebody in somebody's house, so they wanted you, for them to talk and for you to just humble yourself, keep quiet. No, I didn't do that, because I was at my breaking point. So I responded. And me responding to her, led to I was thrown out, dashed out. I had a sleeping, a pump up bed, a little single pump up bed, a little suitcase with a few belongings, and she tossed out my things in the hallway. It was an apartment building. She got my blow up bed, tossed it out, got my suitcase, tossed it out, all my blankets and everything, tossed it out. Now, luckily, I was rescued by that family friend. He lived further away from where I was working, but he had some group homes in the same area where it happened, downtown. So then I was rescued by being placed in his group home with clients who are mentally, it's like a group home where clients are mentally unwell that are housed there. It's a clients with disability, mental disability, physical disability, whatever the disability is. But that's where I was housed, and that's where I had to stay to prevent being to prevent being homeless and to prevent being have to house in a shelter. So if you know that you are being hosted by someone, you're staying in somebody's space, try to keep it down. If you're talking with your friends and your family, try to keep it down. Try to avoid getting into an argument with your host. Just keep humble. So to prevent you being dashed out, thrown out the night before Christmas. I hope, I hope this doesn't happen to you. And I hope you don't have to find a shelter or being out of an accommodation for Christmas. No, seriously. With that being said, let's take it to the positive side. Now, make the most of this festive season. As you see, I'm in my red. I have my Christmas tree going on here, which now I'm enjoying the Christmas season. Now, you now have to make the best of the Christmas season and the Christmas spirit. Visit the malls, visit the shopping center, enjoy the Christmas carols. Just enjoy that festivity that's going on around you. Indulge yourself to help to lift your spirit. I know this is a tough time. It was a very tough time for me, but I'm trying to encourage you to unwrap that joy and to lift your spirit. Let's talk about the decorations. Try to use what you have. If you don't have a Christmas tree for your first Christmas, get little ornaments, get little things, get wreaths, get little garlands, just get, these little bulbs, just hang them around. I have like these little things, so just get little decorations that's if you have your own apartment. If you have your own space. If you don't have your own space and you're only given a little room by your host, put up little lights. If it's even one string of light, put up a little light, put up little ornaments, and these are available. You can find these at the dollar store. So you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to think you have to have a Christmas tree. I think I didn't have a Christmas tree until my second or third Christmas. So make use of what you have to bring a little festivity around to your surroundings within your space, right? So whatever it is, bring a little Christmas spirit to lift your spirit, unwrap that joy. Next, visit Christmas markets. Enjoy and indulge in Christmas treats. There's a lot of Christmas festivities that goes around here in Canada. There is Santa Claus parade. There's Christmas market where they sell specific little Christmas things like butter tarts, Christmas cookie, and all those little Christmas treats that goes on. Try and, taste it. Try to get your foot wet in the Canadian culture. Try to understand how Christmas is different here in Canada than your home country, because you know what? This is now your new home. So you have no choice but to indulge and to get involved, immerse yourself in that Christmas spirit. So go out and visit all the different Christmas activities that's going around. Now, as Canadians will say, number 5, what's Christmas without Christmas treats? Now, whatever your Christmas treat is from back home, from your home country, you can make those treats. Bring those treats, bring your own culture into the Christmas culture here in Canada. So like for example, for us Jamaicans, or Christmas treats or Christmas delight is Jamaican rum cake, fruit cake, which I bake that every year. I even sell it sometimes. We have sorrel, Jamaican sorrel. I think my African sister, you call it something else, but it's the red flour thing that you use to make drink, that really rich red drink. We do that as one of our cultural Christmas specialty drink. So we have our sorrel and our rum cake. Now here in Canada, it's all about Christmas cookie. So you might be in your working setting where you see your co-workers. They'll say, oh, we're going to do Christmas cookie baking tonight. And usually they spend the whole night baking, making Christmas cookie, decorating Christmas cookie, because that's their tradition. And then they'll come along and share it in little goodie bags, share it to co-workers, share it to friends, share it to neighbors. So you can take whatever your delight, whether your Christmas cake, whatever it is, but bring your own little Christmas treat and delight into the Christmas tradition here in Canada. Number 6 is very important, and this is try to keep in close contact with your friends and your family. Being here in Canada, I can't elaborate this anymore. It can feel like a lonely road, feeling like a fish out of water. You video call your friends and your families back home, and you see everybody's laughing and having a grand time, and you are not in that space. You feel out of place. But try to remember your why. Why did you move here to Canada? Imagine your next 3 Christmas away from today. Your next 4 Christmas, your next 5 Christmas. So try to be humble and try to make the best of the situation you are in right now. Because you know what? Better days are ahead. Better days are ahead. See, right now, I'm in my own house. I don't have to think about being thrown out, being dashed out by someone who is hosting me, who I'm staying with. Where I'm here in our house, comfortable. So you see, there are better days ahead. So don't try to think that, this is how it will be forever. No, you're not stuck. This is just the first hump that you have to get over, and you have to try to ensure that the next Christmas and the next Christmas will be better. So keep in touch with your friends, keep in touch with your family from back home, and to keep the bond and keep the support tight. If you want to cry, call them and cry. If you're feeling sad, call them and vent. Try to be a part. If they're having their Christmas celebration, call them, feel the spirit from across the phone. Put yourself there. Imagine yourself there. Look at pictures. Look at videos that you have in your phone, in your catalog from previous Christmas with your family and friends to bring the memory and the spirit back. Unwrap your joy. Number 7 is to treat yourself. Yes, take advantage of all the Christmas sales. And pro tip, Boxing Day is when they have one of the biggest sales here in Canada. So if you're not going to buy yourself something to unwrap for Christmas Day, then of course, go ahead and treat yourself on Boxing Day. This is when you get good deals. So you can buy a good winter coat. You can buy a good winter boot, whatever it is, but treat yourself, and I'm sure that will last for years. If you spend the money on something really good, it will last you for years, right? So get yourself a gift to treat yourself, celebrate yourself for being here in Canada, celebrating your first Christmas. Don't make it feel like the worst. Lift up your spirit, cheer up yourself, go and buy something for you. It's time to have some fun. Indulge in the Canadian winter activities. This is number 9. Is it 9 or number 8? We're at number 8. So if that might look like strapping up some skating boots and go hitting a skating ring to learn how to skate. Bring some fun and some laughter within the Christmas spirit to lift your spirit. Find friends who will invite you out to say, or even if you don't find any friends, go solo. Go there and you might meet friends there. You might meet others from your home country there. So put some boots on, go out, learn how to ice skating, or book if you're here and you have your ride, go to Niagara Falls, experience the lighting, Christmas lighting, go out. Do something that the Canadians will usually do within the Christmas, and put that in your bucket list. I did that this Christmas. I did that. And number 9, I must warn you, do what you can afford to do. Don't follow people who are in their year 5 or their year 10. This is your year 1. Do what you can afford to do. For example, the Canadian culture is to buy gifts for everybody. You'll be at work and you hear them stressing about buying gifts for their children, for their spouse, for their nieces, for their nephews, and the list goes on. If you cannot afford it, zone yourself out of the Canadian buzz of the gift buying. I didn't do this my first year, but I think it was my second or third year. I got swamped, indulged into this Canadian culture of gift buying. And you know what? Comes January morning, my credit card was skyrocketing. I was left broke. And I'm like, no. I'm not adapting to this Canadian culture and lifestyle. I am maintaining my Jamaican culture when it comes on to this Christmas, because if you follow it, you go on your shop. No, mind you, your kids, they'll be returning to school January morning, or they might be in school and discussing what they're getting for Christmas, what they want for Christmas. Listen, if you cannot afford it, go to dollar store. Some kids are very grateful. Go to dollar store. You buy them some more little gifts that's like under $10. Make them small gifts. You wrap them up. Kids are excited about the quantity. So if you even can afford buying them five little gifts from the dollar store, they will appreciate it. They'll talk about it. And you know what? When birthday comes, when next Christmas comes, you can spend a little bit more. But for right now, do what you can afford to do. So here you'll hear they talk about stocking stuffers. So I go. So what they'll do, they'll stuff the stockings. These are what you call stockings. They'll stuff them with gifts and they'll tuck them away, hide them away. So you can buy some of these. You put the gifts in them and you have your stocking stuffers. Now these are usually small gifts that can fit in here. Buy them, put them around your house. Use them as decoration and use them as a gift giving, right? Make it simple and make it to suit your budget. Now, next is don't isolate yourself. If you meet a friend or a coworker and they invite you out for dinner, go. And this was how I spent my first Christmas. It was not the same feeling because I didn't have my daughter here with me. I had to send her back home. But my cousins invited me over for dinner. And I left from where I was. I was in Hamilton and I went there to dine with them and to indulge and have Christmas dinner with them. So, and that helped. It helped because rather than being at the group home where I was being sheltered, that was my backup accommodation that housed me after I was thrown out, dashed out, homeless rather. So then I went there and it was a sigh of relief, being around family, having laughter and seeing what they do, the culture, the Canadian culture. So it's indulging and surrounding yourself with other people rather than to isolate yourself, lock away yourself, feeling depressed, crying. No, get out, go. Whoever invites you, go. Get out of the house and go. And lastly, number 10, if you don't want to go out, you don't have anybody to invite you, you have your own place, or you come and you rent your own place, you have your own family, spread your table and cook your food, and you and your family enjoy your Christmas dinner. Now, the Canadian culture is to have their turkey and their mashed potato and their stuffing and da 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 da. And you don't have to be the Canadian. Be who you are, what you used to do in your home country. Now, I know it won't have that same vibe or that same spirit, but you bring what you can at your table. Prepare your cultural traditional food at your table because that's your Christmas, and you enjoy and make the best of that Christmas and make it as memorable as it can be, because later down you're going to look back on that very first Christmas and you're going to say, man, look at us then and look where we are right now, right? So there you have it. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments which one of these tips made the most sense and which one you're going to run with. Thank you so much. And I'll put my last video, one of my videos here, which I'm sure you will enjoy watching. And thank you so much for sticking around until the end. See you in my next video. Bye for now.